In the fictional suspense novel Secret Lies and Scandals by Amanda K. Morgan, messages about society are communicated by the author through irony and conflict by showing how people can change after life-changing events occur, and how someone you trust can betray you. Amanda, who lives in Nashville, was inspired by the show How to Get Away with Murder while writing this novel. In Secret Lies and Scandals, a group of very different teens take a summer psych course and come together after accidentally killing their professor. The group work together to cover up the death and keep the secret, and become closer while doing so. Firstly, after the murder of their professor, Tyler is at Kinley's house. He finds a flash drive and earpiece in her room. However, Kinley lies and says it's because of a hearing accident that occurred in that event. But Tyler soon finds out she's lying. He realizes that Kinley, his only friend in all of this, was full of crap. 5 years ago, he had been chosen for the May Day parade, not Kinley. This shows irony because Kinley portrayed herself to be one of the most trustworthy people out of the others. She made a lot of effort to cover up what had happened, and she made everyone make a pact to never tell of what had happened that night. This this relates to how people you most can trust you, because in the end, Tyler finds out that the flash drive held a recording of what had happened the night they murdered their professor. With that recording, Kinley could have easily taken it to the police, therefore betraying them. Secondly, a few weeks after they got rid of their professor, everyone involved faced internal conflicts with the guilt they felt. However, the most guilt and pain is shown in Kinley, where she is faced with the most denial. No, 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 no. Kinley's mind repeated the word over and over, an endless cycle of pain and denial. It ran through her blood and stuck in the linings of her stomach and worked its way to her throat. In Kinley's breakdown, you can really start to see the internal conflict of this guilt she has over her professor's death, since she was the one who was the cause for his instant death. It shows how she changed after facing a life-changing event, because before the whole murdered professor thing, Kinley was an overachieving student who focused a lot on school and was very determined and independent. However, after the event happened, Kinley started to become more and more consumed over what had happened and had lost focus of her life and everything in general. And she became more dependent on Tyler. And yeah, in my opinion, though, all the characters have to face change in some significant way. However, it was all very stereotypical, since most of the characters, and like the most, since most of the characters, would act due to their stereotype. It was easy to predict how their internal and external conflicts would fold out, as well as the plot. Um, this took away the element of surprise in the book. But despite that, the conflict show how the pressure of her society made her feel even more guilty over her professor's death, since she realized that he had a family and people actually cared about her. Lastly, once Tyler finds out that what was on Kinley's flash drive, he realizes how much of a fool he was to really trust Kinley through most of this. When she had the weapon to bring them all down, he realized that Kinley had been quiet that night. She didn't come off innocent exactly, but good enough that if she ever decided to turn in the tape, she didn't look as bad as the rest of them. This shows situational irony, because Kinley always was shown as the innocent, trustworthy, and logical person in the group of five, and everyone mostly did trust her due to her nature. However, towards the end, all these secrets about her unfold, and she also turned in the flash drive to the police, which turned her from the protagonist to sort of the antagonist of the story. This really emphasizes the fact that you cannot trust people in dangerous situations like these, because they can betray you since they know the most about your position in the situation and can use it against you. So, in conclusion, the suspense novel Secret Lies and Scandals by Amanda K. Morgan uses irony and conflict to portray these messages about society and humanity through showing how people change after monumental events and how you can not trust people because they may betray you. I would not recommend this book, however, since it's quite stereotypical, making the plot and conflicts of this novel very predictable and taking away the suspense, even though this is supposed to be a suspense story. Thank you.